show, they're given a lot more flesh, given a lot more depth. How do you feel about, as the actors playing these characters, almost being more interesting than the quote-unquote main characters?
You know, that's a good point. I guess if you were going to be totally loyal to the books, it would be a show that's just all about Sookie, because I think they're all, you know, sort of Sookie-centric. So, you know, it's great. I mean, the writers had to come up with, not just for side characters, but for, you know, main characters, you know, storylines in each season. And I was, you know, I was really concerned, because I remember the book 2, Sookie went off, and it was the first time we really had Sookie out of town, and she is the central character. So I was really concerned about, you know, what am I going to be doing at the bar, you know, and what's going to be happening in Bon Temps. I hope there's some stuff happening. And I was just really impressed about, you know, the Mary Ann storyline and all the ways that they really made it an ensemble, because that was the real litmus test. That was going to, the second season was the real season where we were going to see how it was going to go, and they really made it an ensemble. And I think that's one of the great things about the show, is just that there's so many really interesting, there's so many different interesting characters that it's a true ensemble, and it's kind of fun to go on to each other's paths.
It's a pleasant working environment too, when we both don't all work every day. So you're really happy when you're going to work, and it's really hard for the leads of these shows, like Law and Order or something, because they're working Monday through Friday, 17 hours.
And they're doing 22 episodes or 21 episodes, and we just do 12, so it keeps it fresh. I mean, it's a bummer because it's a long time to wait, but the writing stays really good, and the actors stay fresh. You know, the whole thing kind of stays fresh.
And I think the other reason why the show is so great, there's many reasons, but we shoot 12 episodes in almost the same amount of time that a network does 22. So they'll do 9 days for 1 hour. We'll do like 16, right? I mean, so we're getting so much more time and so much more money for every episode to shoot it.
Yeah, I mean, just having the time to like something well takes a good bit of time, and if you're, you know, even a show, you know, a lot of really popular shows out there like Mad Men or like, you know, a lot of other shows, they only have like even less, like 7 or 8 days, and they have to just kind of crank. And Mad Men's a great show, but a lot of shows really have to crank it out, and they just have to turn the lights around quick, and they can't get the, you know, they can't be moody, and it becomes less artistic when you don't have the time. And that's one of the great things that we have is that HBO's given us this time to make it look cool and do all the stunts, and, you know.
It feels like we're shooting a movie on the set. It doesn't feel like we're on a TV show.
Next question.
Hi. You guys obviously bring a lot of personality of your own to your characters, but I'm wondering that when you're not filming, do you miss your characters? Are you at like the supermarket going down being like, I wish I could fight that person, or I wish I could do this, or, you know, like even Lafayette, like I wish I could be as, well, you seem like it could be anyways, but eccentric, you know. You guys have to miss your role. You want to continue your role if you're supernatural.
I wish I could really shapeshift at work. I mean, that would be great. I never get to really do that, unfortunately. It'd be fun if I could. I don't know. If you guys, I don't know. I kind of like to get away from it a little bit, and then, you know, it's fresh coming back for me.
Yeah, I think that's true too. I mean, yeah. But I'm now that I've been here talking about Pam for 3 days, I kind of miss her. And I look forward. Well, I think she's pansexual. You know, she really doesn't discriminate. She seems to be more towards women at this point, it's seeming. But over the years, you know, her 100 years, she was with Ben, she was with Eric. So I think she, whatever would entertain her.
Well, I like to leave Lafayette on the set. It's funny because when you work an 18-hour day, and sometimes you're too tired to take your makeup off, and you go home and you just wipe it off, and then you wake up the next morning and Tiffany's like, you switching? The character will sometimes linger, or you know, I'll do something like that, and she's like, can you stop the games, please? I'm sorry. This is my first time working on a TV show for so long, so it's my first time experiencing a character. Did that happen to y'all with a character linger
It does.
in your bones?
Well, I think you're thinking about it because you know, it's in your mind and you're thinking about how to do it better and ideas for the take and ways to play things. Something you just shot is still 2 days after you shoot it, you're like, oh, you know what I should have done?
Yeah.
You know, and then you've got the scene that's going to be playing in 10 days going. Because you don't just flip it on and off, you know? So it's sort of living there somewhere.
Next question?
Hi. My question's actually for Nelsan. Last season you did 2 scenes where somebody was yelling at you and you pictured Eric. In the one scene, obviously Eric was dressed as Bloody May. Who was on set and how hard was it to maintain a straight face?
That was funny.
It was very hard to maintain a straight face because Alexander in a dress. Tim in a dress. What'd you say?
Yelling at you during the scene, so he was standing in front of you.
Yeah.
Doing it.
Yeah, in a dress. It was very, 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 very funny because he's an attractive dude, but in a dress, I don't know. And then it was hard for him too. It was hard for him too because he was so manly with the dress. So it was
Like between takes, he's just kind of walking around as a guy.
yeah, wide-legged.
I'd like to see that.
Spots poked out, just sitting down and
Like, close your legs, close your legs.
little man scratch every now and again.
That's funny.
They're trying to be scared. No, it was very hard. Especially, I don't know if you have this relationship with Alex, but we just have fun
Yeah.
in general.
Yeah.
Like in every scene we have, it's hard to make it serious.
It is.
Because he's such a funny dude.
Yeah.
He is so funny, and then also Stephen and Anna, like, if I, this one last scene, I was waiting off camera with Stephen and Alex in a little space before we enter, and it's supposed to be dire, you know, it's the finale. And we're just trying to stop laughing before we can walk in and face our possible doom, because they're just so funny.
Next question?
That's loud. I'm a high school theater teacher, and all of my kids just love you guys so much. And Mondays are like, let's talk about True Blood Day. So what advice can I take back to my classroom for all of my teenagers that want to be professional actors like you guys?
That's a good question.
Poor thing.
God, that's a tough one, but I would say, don't get too stressed out about it, and just enjoy it and pursue it, but don't get too freaked out. Like, cause somebody like me, I didn't even, when I was their age, didn't even know that I wanted to do it and had never done it, and so they've got a good early start, and you know, just enjoy it. And are you in Georgia?
No, I'm from North Carolina, a really, really small town near Charlotte.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Well, you know, it really, it does take a real thick skin to pursue the business because there's so much disappointment and there's so much rejection. But if you love it, you just keep doing it, and so there's nothing for them to worry about. They'll do it as long as they want to, and then they'll quit or they'll keep going.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just sort of everything weeds itself out in the
Does.
process. But it's really fun. I mean, I would encourage it because it's a really, when you're working, it's just such a fun, great life and great time.
When you're working.
When you're working. When you're not, it's horrible.